Thanks for joining us in this second installation of Shaw's Ahead of the Curve video series as we explore and celebrate the history of inclusivity in gaming. The rise of online gaming broadened our horizons, exposing us to different people and new backgrounds we never would have experienced without video games. Our guests dove into the online chat rooms, the late night raids, and the chance to find people more like them that rose in the online gaming area. First thing that we'll start off with is just your intro, your shout outs. Who are you? What do you want people to know?
Hi, my name is Per. I'm a cosplayer, streamer, VTuber, and overall just content creator.
Hey, I'm Asikaa, and I am a partner on Twitch.
My name is Marcel, or MD14. I'm a variety streamer here based out of Toronto.
My name is Vince, also known as Uncle Vinch here in the Canadian fighting game community. I am a TO and event organizer.
Hi, my name is Tong, and I run Tampa Never Sleeps. We're one of the largest fighting game organizations for online fighting games in the world.
My name's Stephanie. I have been gaming really since I was born, if you could say that.
My name is Finn, also known as Taco on Twitter. I'm 21 years old. I'm a full-time director.
Hi, I'm Cutie Pie Sensei. I do a lot of things. I cosplay, I am a concept artist for the game Smite, and I am a co-owner of the company Fearware.
My name's Carl Peterson. I'm a Lakota game designer.
I'm Ailey Loney, also known as Alias V. I am a full-time content creator and commentator for Magic the Gathering.
So we'll start out. What was your first online gaming experience?
Destiny 1. I wasn't sold at first, but my now husband was pretty big on it.
Farmville. All of the Facebook farming games.
Well, if you include playing chess on Yahoo, probably going to be Madden, actually, on the PlayStation 2.
So mine was very late. My first real online experience was playing Final Fantasy XIV.
The first one that I got really enthralled in was actually Webkins.
First online gaming experience, Doom on 14.4K modem back in the day when you still had dial-up.
When Diablo 1, they had a multiplayer. Hey Dad, what should we put as our names? Oh, just put your real name. Totally safe, right?
Ooh, my first online gaming experience. It was an old PC game called Nox. Everybody that I met in that game, I was like, guess what? I'm on a laptop.
It was first TF2, and then it was, I think it was Splatoon next.
Here in Canada, we didn't have like the fastest speeds as of yet. I think like we were still on high speed before. For me, it was Ragnarok and MapleStory were the two games I played a lot.
Did online gaming expand your friend group and social circles?
Yes, befriended a bunch of Swedish gamers. We played with pretty religiously, and we played a bunch with them. Also learned a lot of swear words in Swedish, which was great. Yeah, and also made a bunch of online friends that we eventually got to meet in person, so that was pretty cool.
So when I first got into WoW, and those were basically the best social interactions I had was with people online. I basically had no friends in high school. I didn't gel with many people. WoW was the only positive social interaction I had.
I didn't actually make a lot of friends that I met through online gaming, but it definitely deepened the connections between me and my friends because we played games together online and we were able to play, with each other, even without having to be in the same building or the same house. The first gaming community I joined, and the only gaming community that I feel like I'm really a part of, is the fighting game community. It's so cool, just being surrounded by people who share the same interests as you.
I personally don't play a lot online, but I do have communities in terms of I do talk to people about games.
100%. Now, I haven't played it as much in the last while, but games like Dead by Daylight, I actually met a lot of new friends in, and it actually made it, because it's one of the few online games I can play with. I have really bad anxiety. That one has definitely made me closer with a lot of friends that I'd already had as well. It's awesome. It makes me so excited to be able to make new friends in a sphere like that. Probably League of Legends, because there were a lot of in-person meets and doing cosplay, and I did get invited to events like that, at least locally to me. I met a lot of people that way through League of Legends.
Yeah, absolutely. I played Counter-Strike for a long time, made a lot of friends throughout college playing Counter-Strike. Moving into the fighting game community, I've definitely met and had friends all across the world, which has been a great experience. I have lifetime friends that don't even live in the same city, and we just cross paths because we happen to be playing online. This is really why I love gaming, is being able to connect with people from all over the world. Definitely shoryuken.com. It's where everyone finds their footing in my generation for the fighting game community. Spent a lot of time in the forums there.
Yeah, some of the best friends I've ever had are friends that I've met in World of Warcraft. So I would say that the first one that I really did like identify with was probably like my World of Warcraft guild that I was raiding in. Having a constant group of people to play with and learn from, it was really awesome.
Right around puberty, became very socially isolated in my community. First of all, having like a genetic mutation with my white hair and my facial features, and then I was an early bloomer, got a little chubby, had the pimples, and then I was queer, and it was just like this avalanche of isolation. But online gaming allowed me to stay connected to people and to socialize. And that was a huge lifeline for me as a kid, being able to explore not just those worlds, but also like social communication and friendship. And I don't know what I could have done without that lifeline.
It has definitely opened up a lot of friend groups. I actually gained a lot of friends, like even like pen pals in the earlier days of online gaming.
The Splatoon community is actually pretty interesting, because many people in that community are just casually LGBTQ. You just kind of get used to that. It's kind of cool. They're just really casual about it, and they're the most chill LGBT community I've ever seen, to be honest.
Did getting to know people outside of your normal circle change how you perceived people?
Yeah, I think so, because, you always have a preconceived notion or idea of somebody, whether it be by the media you consume. Stereotypical bad guy in a movie is always Russian with a terrible haircut. I'm looking at you, Die Hard. You kind of just have these preconceived notions of people, and until you've actually met and spoken to a real life, in the flesh, as it were, even though you're talking over the internet, you can't really have your perception of them altered.
When I started to see like people like gaining more empathy for people all around the world, I think maybe online gaming had a little bit to do with it. I think games did help with that.
100%. When you meet new people, when you meet people from different backgrounds, it definitely opens up your mind and, changes how you think about people in general. It definitely made me realize, how deep people can be, how different people can be. There's no one way to be a good person, or there's no one type of friend that I'm looking for. I didn't know so many different personalities existed before I joined a fighting game community. Just meet such a diverse group of people because you have that one shared interest.
Absolutely, because you're meeting people of all different ages, all different backgrounds, people that you would have never talked to, people who are on the other side of the world, if it wasn't for the fact that it's like, hey, this thing that we have in common, and we can actually connect on this thing, and otherwise I would not have looked twice at you, like if you're walking down the street. And I think that's really cool.
Generally, I've always been a pretty open and accepting person because that was just how I was raised. And myself also just being like very different and like growing up like disabled and things like that. It's definitely cool to meet some people. I've had like online gaming experiences where I'll get along really well with someone. I'll be like, wow, I didn't expect that this person and me would actually like click like that. And I don't think they expected that either.
Yeah, definitely I've met a lot of people on the road, being a competitor, meeting people from on the other side of the world, Japanese pro players, the way that they embody the same culture in a completely different locale really opened my eyes to kind of how much diversity there is in video games.
I would say for sure, I mean, there's no way it can't. You're meeting people that you never would have met if the internet never existed. There's a meme I saw recently, and it was like your World of Warcraft guild, 30-year-old woman going through a divorce, my 13-year-old self giving advice, It's like all these kind of, so maybe not always the best experiences that you're being opened up to, but so it was like cool meeting other girls playing. I always used to just get fascinated when people lived in other like parts of the world.
Yeah, I would say I've met so many big personalities through all my experiences. So there are people who are they're all over the world, and they come from different backgrounds. So it's really interesting that some of them like don't go online much, but it's because of certain real life commitments. But there are some who are just always constantly online, and you just kind of hang with them. Yeah. So I would say yes, I do meet a lot of people from sort of different walks of life.
Expanded friend circles, weird forum stories, and hard lessons learned is just the tip of the iceberg for everything that online gaming has turned out to be. Let us know in the comments what your first forum was, no lying, And we'll be back with episode 3 all about gaming for a living as esports and live streaming has turned into viable careers.